NASA and the Army Ballistic Missile Agency was infiltrated by Nazis. Did you know that? Okay, actually they didn't infiltrate it. They were placed there on purpose by the government, who hid it from the public. This isn't speculation, it's fact. Operation Paperclip was a huge factor in the American space race. At the end of World War II, the United States would take in 1,600 Nazi scientists, doctors, and engineers, and of those, an estimated 30 to 40 paperclip scientists came under later suspicion of war crimes or crimes against humanity, and ultimately only one would be forced to renounce their U.S. citizenship. As you can see here on the chart, this is where they all ended up. The majority of them worked for the Air Force, and in reality, all of them would hold critical roles in the advancement of the United States national security, weapons and system development, and medicine. As part of Operation Paperclip, officials would sanitize the former Nazi records of their new recruits. This wouldn't become public knowledge until the New York Times and NBC would blow the lid off Operation Paperclip in 1974. The backlash would lead to critics arguing that the U.S. had sacrificed justice for technological advantage. Had the Americans become hypocritical for importing Nazis while prosecuting others at Nuremberg? Here are a few of the most notable players in Operation Paperclip. Kurt DeBus was an SS member and Nazi rocket engineer who became the first director of the Kennedy Space Center. That's right. And he's directly responsible for launching the Apollo missions to the moon. Werner von Braun was a Nazi SS officer and V-2 rocket engineer who became the architect of America's space program, leading directly to the moon landings. And Arthur Rudolph was a Nazi member and a V-2 production manager who became a key figure in the NASA's Saturn V program, but later lost his U.S. citizenship due to his involvement in wartime atrocities. Nazis in space. Who would have thought?